For more on this trial, we bring in ABC News contributor and attorney Channa Lloyd. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, Channa. As Stephanie reports, Kim Potter is charged with first and second-degree manslaughter. There's no murder charge here. So what exactly does the prosecutor have to prove?
What they have to prove here is that both of these charges, manslaughter in the first degree and second degree, are for accidental killings. First degree is really going to require an act that made it reasonably foreseeable that a death would be caused by this negligent action. When we talk about manslaughter too, what they're essentially going to have to prove is that she created a risk that could have been that was unreasonable, thereby causing the death. So it's all about the reasonableness of her actions and whether or not her actions were, if they were unreasonable, whether that unreasonable risk created the death.
Now, Potter's lawyer said that this was simply a tragic mistake and that Potter thought she needed to tase Duante Wright because another officer was leaning into the passenger side window and thought that he could be killed if Wright decided to drive off. Her attorney said this.
This was an accident. She's a human being. If she does nothing, Mr. Wright drives away and either substantially harms Sergeant Johnson or more likely, he kills them.
Did that sound like a persuasive argument to you, Channa?
You know, when you hear this argument, I think it comes down to the body-worn camera. The video is going to be very persuasive or not persuasive in this, because what we're going to see is where the officers were, what their positions were, and how much in danger they seem to be at that moment. And I think the jury is going to be looking very closely at each of those other officers and their body-worn camera to determine if they were actually in harm's way and how much of a risk she created by pulling out her taser, which turned out to be her gun.
So much of this tragic incident was all caught on tape. What more could we learn from witnesses and potentially from Potter herself that we didn't already see in this video?
What that's going to show us, Lindsay, is the context, right? What they were thinking going into this event, what were their thoughts, their state of mind, you know, those kind of reactions that a video can't capture. What was in her head? Because at that moment, that is what the jury is going to be determining. Were her actions reasonable? Was it reasonable for her to not know that she had a gun instead of a taser? And really, that's going to come from the circumstances that were happening, how fast it happened, and what was going through her mind at that time.
Channa Lloyd, our thanks to you as always for your insight.
Always a pleasure.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.